What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time tuning in, this your boy Auto Guy DIY coming at you with a how to diagnose a bad rod bearing or a lifter tick and how to tell the difference. So I have a viewer slash subscriber and he was asking if I have a video out, and I do not. So we're gonna jump into it. So I'm gonna let you listen to two sounds before we walk out to the truck. One is the noise you're listening for if you have a rod knocking, and one is what you're listening for if you have a lifter ticking. So we'll jump out to the truck here in a minute and I'll give you the locations you need to put your ear or get close enough to hear if it's coming from there or if it's coming from another place. So first off, this is what it sounds like if you have a rod knocking, or close enough. It's not exact, but once I get out there, my blue truck hadn't ran all day. I drove my white truck to work today. So we'll start it up and you'll hear what an actual rod sounds like. So this is the closest thing I could come up with. So if a rod's knocking, you're listening for, right? And if a lifter's ticking, you're listening for more of a tick. So I know it sounds kind of ridiculous, but you're literally listening for a knock or a tick. So if you're not familiar with them sounds, you could get two screwdrivers. I just got two screwdrivers and tap them together. And that's what you know, to kind of familiarize yourself with what it would sound like. And then you can flip them over and metal to metal. And that's pretty close to what a lifter sounds like if it's ticking. So let's jump out to this truck. I'll show you a couple of locations to better diagnose where the noise is coming from. So let's jump out there and get right into it. So first out of the gate, we're at the top of the truck. So you're gonna listen for a noise either high or low. So what I mean by that is, do you hear the sound more from the top of your truck looking under the hood, or do you hear more from when you get underneath the truck? Which place is it louder is what I'm getting at. So if you got a lifter ticking or something, you're gonna hear the noise up here. It's pretty self-explanatory. You're listening for that ticking noise, like I showed you with the screwdrivers. If you have a stethoscope, like a doctor, man, them things come in handy. You can set it on your valve cover here, both sides, and you'd be able to hear a lot better. And the same thing with the bottom. So we're gonna climb underneath here real quick, and then I'm gonna show you. Sorry about the camera, we're climbing under the truck here. So if you got a rod knocking, right, you want to get under here and you want to get as close as you can to your oil pan right here. And you can hear it. I mean, if you have a rod knocking, you'll hear it loud and clear coming from here versus from the top side of the engine. And if you do think it's a torque converter problem, one, are you having transmission problems? And if you're not, then it's probably not. You would be experiencing maybe your lockout starts slipping, or you know, you're having issues with it shifting. So, you know, if it's your torque converter, just put your ear up to your bell housing here, or like I said, if you have a stethoscope like a doctor, you just set it on there and listen. You'll hear where the noise is coming from. So I'm gonna jump out from underneath here. I'm gonna fire this thing up and y'all can hear what a rod really sounds like. All right, we're out from underneath the truck. Now, I don't know if y'all can pick it up, but I can barely hear that rod knocking. I know you hear that clicking noise. That's actually the injectors firing. All right, that's not a lifter ticking. It'd be more noticeable if it was a lifter. So the best way to determine is, like I said, either high or low. So I can barely hear the noise up here at the top of the truck where we're at the high side. So let's get down here to the bottom. Right, we're gonna climb back underneath the truck again. And you see how you hear it better? Now this is what I'm talking about. Sorry about the camera. But do you see how when you get closer to the oil pan, you hear that clack, 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 clack. That's what a rod sounds like when it's knocking, as it's turning. So the best way I can tell you to diagnose a rod knocking is listen to your engine, listen to where it's coming from. Right, is it coming from the top of your engine or the bottom of your engine? And at that point you should know the noises or wherever you see the sound from or hear the sound from, I'm sorry, you'll know that it's either high or low. If it was a lifter ticking, I would barely be able to hear it from down here, if even at all. So, you know, that's how you diagnose a bad rod bearing versus a lifter ticking. So I hope this helped you out, big dog. I'll get this out here quick. Keep living the dream, doing your thing. Like and subscribe. Always drop me them comments, and I'm rolling out.